It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. All that and more coming up next.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Another run here, another run by Swift. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Give up the middle with Swift. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
On 3rd and a yard, it's Williams. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
That'll be caught by DeAndre Swift. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Williams to throw on 2nd down. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll go play action here with Williams. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Brian Burns, the former Panther, in there for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They will run it over center with Swift. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this 1st down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the 1st down marker, sets up 4th down.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by a former 2nd-round pick out of Missouri. The quarterback is Drew Lock.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Lock out of the shotgun. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Open man, that's Slayton. They get 19 on that pass play. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll run here with the rookie. And he'll be brought down right around the 40. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Lock. This one is hauled in by Daniel Bellinger. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range, but for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On play action, lock. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's locked. That's caught left side by Bellinger. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Good job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1, and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. In motion, it's Robinson. They run on the jet sweep. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Trying to run this one in. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down. They'll go. It's locked. And this is caught. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants move out to a 7-3 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready now for their second drive. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off play action. Here's Williams. He'll swing this out to Swift. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Bears 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. It's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Second down and 3. They'll run. It's Swift. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. They'll go again with Swift. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. A run here with Swift. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone, a pickup of 6. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense ready for their second possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Now, Locke. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter.
A pass pulled in by Tracy.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the ground, here's Tracy. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down. They go play action. It's Locke. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he'll work this down inside the 35. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll run with Tracy. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Giants.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
Finding his tight end, Bellinger.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look. It led to a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A carry here for Tracy. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So after 1, it's the Giants leading this one early. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's Locke. That is caught to the goal line and in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Giants will take a 14-6 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete over the middle. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the left side, he's got Kmet. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On the give, here's Swift. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Williams. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
I just love the feel this tight end has, Mike, for the defense when they play zone coverage. Certain guys, they want to run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and they end up going from uncovered space to covered space, but not the case here. He knew he was open. He knew he was in the right spot. He stayed open. The quarterback delivered a good ball.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He's got his big target, Everett. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the ground, it's Swift. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. Here's Williams now to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's gonna get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Another run here, another run by Swift. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Johnson. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
The Giants offense and Drew Lock getting set for their next drive. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Lock to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Receiver in motion, going right. A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Locke to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Bears offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Swift. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. TJ Edwards there on the stop. Second and 7. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Lock out of the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Swift gets it from the pistol. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Chicago.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On 1st down, it's Swift. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll go play action here with Williams.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That's complete to Moore on the right side. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down. Give up the middle with Swift. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. On 2nd down, it's Williams. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. But what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Swift. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, Bears. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but After not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears move back to within 1. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Tracy now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Locke working out of the pistol. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these 2 guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man, that's Slayton. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Locke to throw on 1st and 10. Connects with his big tight end, Manhertz.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. Here's Locke. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion, it's Robinson. Throwing on 2nd down, Locke. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A second down throw for Locke. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here is Graham Gano to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw, it's Williams. He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. The G-Man got a strong first half from the veteran quarterback, Drew Lock. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Locke. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
On second down, Locke gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He finds his tight end, Bellinger. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Locke. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. On the give, it's Tracy. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play. Second down and 8. Locke to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. That one taken in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Giants will extend this third quarter lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. That's Dexter Lawrence in for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here comes Swift. They toss it right. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Tyler Nubin is there for the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, it's Williams. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. His throw left side is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
A carry here for Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Giants sending out their punter. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Bears offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Swift. He'll push forward for about a yard. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Third and 9. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. That's complete. It's Odunze. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen, trailing here in the 3rd quarter, they convert on 4th down.
Love the idea of going for it on 4th down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on 4th down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They're trying the left side with Swift. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bears are able to get it back within a score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Lock to throw. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Lock out of the shotgun. Open man, that's Slayton. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
Lock to throw on 1st and 10.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll run with Tracy. And he'll get forward for about a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Lock. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Off he goes. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a 1st down.
They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Here's Williams now to throw. This one taken in by Odunze. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. A play fake. Now Williams. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Williams. He'll try to run for it. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
That is into the hands of Allen downfield. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. He runs with it.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Second and 7. On the bootleg, it's Williams. There he goes again. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to slide down with the 1st down inside the 5.
There's nothing worse than having to settle for a field goal when you're in the red zone. So they roll the dice here. They leave the offense on the field, and boy, does it pay off. Great job by the quarterback extending this drive with his legs, and he sets up 1st and goal.
Throwing is Williams. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
That first and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation, I think is a huge win.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Here's a give left side. This is Swift. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. To throw is Williams. It is brought in the end zone. Rome Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
So let's see if the Bears can keep it rolling as they go for 2. They'll try to run with Swift. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and receiver Darius Slayton get to go to work again. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They go play action. It's Locke. Connects with his big tight end, Manhertz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
On 2nd down, Locke. throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. They get 21 on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
Second down and 3. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal. Back to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
Swift gets it from the pistol. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They'll go again with Swift. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Williams. Looking middle and complete with Allen. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Give up the middle with Swift. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on second down, Williams. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
The Bears sending out their punt team. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. First and 10. Here's Locke. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is such a challenging route for any defender to guard, Mike, and here's why. It's really a three-way go. I can either run into the flat, I can either sit and stop and just find open space, or in this case, the defender overcommits. I could break back across his face to the middle of the field, and you're wide open.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. Space hard to come by there. Tackle made right around the 40-yard line. Throwing on second down, Locke. That is caught. It's Robinson. Third and a yard. On the give, it's Tracy. And he will have a Giants first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. A second down throw for Locke. He finds his tight end, Dulcich. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal. Lock out of the shotgun. He's got it at the 3.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Here's Locke. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now, Gano for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here's Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
He's got his tight end down the field. That's Kmet. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerrion Jones.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Giants.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
A carry here for Tracy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. They'll stay on the ground. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. In motion, it's Robinson. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there, and we're likely down to a final snap.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll send this one deep for Odunze. That's caught! And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.